the Hathors, awesome rebirth. We are here offering our extended support and gratitude as you continue to navigate the many shifts and changes that is taking place on your planet. You are in the midst of another evolutional upgrade which is taking place within your consciousness. This upgrade of consciousness is often reflected in your physical body. Notice and be kind and caring for what your physical body has to process in order for it to be able, and allow more conscious light to be present in the DNA as well as every aspect and cell. Be mindful that this shift of consciousness will be experienced differently by each and every individual, manifesting differently in each individual's physical experience. Your consciousness is being triggered to expand to the next level or upgrade of your personal understanding, abilities, and gifts. Become aware of how your physical body is responding. We have observed that many will express resistance to this conscious expansion. Notice how you react, or perhaps resist the subtle and sometimes not so subtle shifts in awarenesses. Notice if you in any way invalidate your expanded state of mind, returning to what is most comfortable, what is familiar, known and believed. Your physical body allows you to interface with this dimension, and the so to speak reality. You are familiar with ways of thinking and behaving in regards of the vibrations that you encounter each moment. You have learned, or been taught how to stay in a safe zone of consciousness. This safe zone of consciousness is limited, extremely limited. Yet it is what you have become accustomed to. Some individuals never realize that there is even a different or more expanded consciousness available. They preserve their reality in a certain way, they gather with others who vibrate, or think in similar ways, as they do, which strengthens their certain yet limited view of the way things really are. What they believe, what they express, what they feel is true will be the reality that is manifest, and therefore experience. It continues to validate their beliefs of what is real. This is the limited cycle that humanity continues to play out, over and over and over. You, however, are awake and aware. You understand that your physical body is only a tool which allows you to play in this dense vibration, this frequency hologame. We understand that the physical body is extremely important in this hologame. It is valuable to be mindful and conscious of the care and sustainment of your body. However, you truly are a multi-dimensional processor of world stuff. A highly calibrated processor of the reality you find yourself to experiencing. Remember, you are not a victim in this reality, you are truly a big player. Limitations are simply a belief system in the hologame. A highly honored and entrenched belief system. Your job is to transform this misqualified limit belief system. We are reminding you of your magnificence. This upgrade of consciousness is triggering your awareness of any and all personal as well as global limited beliefs. Look around, those limited beliefs are manifest everywhere. Notice where you are holding some limited belief about your life, health, relationship, or finances. This is the time to invite and allow your personal upgrade. Welcome any new perception, new idea, or thought. Welcome any strange or fresh sensations, or unaccustomed feeling that might come to you. Allow yourself to explore these uncharted, unexpected, perhaps even unexplainable experiences. Be gentle as well as patient with any personal limitation you notice. You are being recalibrated. Galactic or cosmic energies are informing your consciousness, triggering your personal codes to move up the spiral of evolution. What is great and grand about this is that it is taking place while you are still embodied. Your physical body was designed to survive. Many take their first breath and their last without ever recognizing that they are truly divine being having a physical experience. The key to this game is to remember who you are. To discover, allow, and acknowledge that you are a multi-dimensional divine consciousness. Use every tool available to you to explore and validate this true. The universe is totally supporting this awesome awakening. Energy is flooding your atmosphere, vibrations and frequencies are stimulating your very DNA. Begin to understand that your DNA is a tool which responds to these higher energies. Your DNA then downloads, anchors, and translates this new conscious energy, converting into a form of an electromagnetic language that is offered to every part of your physical body. When this begins to occur, it encounters or interfaces with any dense vibrations held within your cells, bones, and tissues. If and when discomfort accrues, be aware that is a process of recalibration. Do your best to welcome the process that is occurring within your experience. Staying in a receptive and grateful state of mind will certainly support and assist you in the metamorphosis or transmutation you are undergoing. It is important also in supporting this process that you nurture your body by eating clean, being in nature often, staying hydrated, resting when necessary, meditate, and use all your tools. Be willing to shift your patterns and behaviors that will support you as you move with this awesome rebirth into your more fully present divine self. Remember to say each morning, uprising, I am fully embodied, anchored to this reality and this planet. I am always connected to Divine Source as my divine self. This is your foundation and platform of personal power. It will offer you incredible alignment. It is a simple statement and intention, however it is an extremely valuable declaration. When your physical mind or consciousness is in partnership with your divine consciousness, you open the doors to all possibilities. You are balanced and centered in your personal power. From this energetic partnership, you begin to welcome with ease and certainty any cosmic download of light awareness and remembering. Begin to ask from this place of energetic partnership, show me a new way, show me a new vision, show me what I haven't seen before. Keep raising me to my next level of consciousness while in this physical body. Invite this process of expansion to be experienced with ease and grace. Notice all the subtle new awarenesses as you interface with these higher frequencies. Be observant and notice the ability of seeing or sensing these energies in a new way. We celebrate these incredible shifts humanity is experiencing as you are anchoring this truth into this dimension by your own personal knowing, making it available to others who are ready to own their magnificence. We extend our support always upon your request. The team. A supernew moon in Taurus. I am the one whose praise echoes on high. I adorn all the earth. I am the breeze that nurtures all things green. I encourage blossoms to flourish with ripening fruits. I am led by the Spirit to feed the purest streams. I am the rain coming from the dew that causes the grasses to laugh with the joy of life. I am the yearning for good. Tilda Hildegard of Bingen. On April 21, 2025, Pope Francis left this mortal coil and passed over into the great beyond. This was on the same day that Saturn, spiritual leaders, made its exact conjunction to the true North Node in Pisces. This is a transit that represents a time of great karmic significance. And so this humble priest made his way home at this uniquely pivotal moment. They will soon be choosing another spiritual leader to the Catholic Church. Know also that choices made at these times have important consequences. Neptune has just recently entered Aries. This will be followed by Saturn in May, beginning a new spiritual cycle. I envision the new Pope to be something of a spiritual warrior, hopefully willing to carry the torch into the coming era, showing us what it truly means to do God's work. This is such a crucial time for humanity as a whole, and we will need as much guidance as possible to lead us through the liminal passes ahead. This week Uranus will sextile the North Node, opening up our awareness to new possibilities. We don't have to keep doing things the way we always have in the past. There are alternatives. Like a door opening. We are being ushered into another era, another place that has, as of yet, never been experienced before. And so, here we all are on the threshold of the next leg of our journey. On May 4th, Pluto will make its retrograde station at 3 Aquarius 49. But before it does so, it will first make the last of 3 oppositions to Mars, now in Leo. Oppositions tell us of impending conflict, where powerful forces are coming head-to-head. This too could look like the fall from grace of a powerful leader, but of a different sort from the passing of a much-loved spiritual leader. Mars in Leo opposite Pluto in Aquarius looks like the sort of arrogance that can turn on a dime and bring people to their knees. This is weather in which it becomes obvious when, and if we underestimate our opponent. Mars can also serve as a catalyst, showing us the difference between the positive versus the negative expressions of Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto in Aquarius goes south when it tries to emulate Leo, its opposite sign, and through the same arrogance loses sight of its mission, the expression of the interdependence of all of humanity, and the reliance on that interdependence to sustain a well-ordered and fully functional system. Ignore that, and the system will fail. The Mars/Pluto opposition occurs just one day before the new moon, at 7 Taurus 47, a supermoon, meaning that the new moon occurs when the moon is at the closest point in its orbit to the Earth. We will not see the moon, but we will see it demonstrated in the tides and affairs of mankind, as well as on the Earth, our mother. She too fully depends on a well-ordered and fully functional ecosystem in order to sustain us all. Interdependence comes in many forms, and is the fundamental axiom of the sign of Aquarius. And it will not, and cannot be denied. It simply must be. And so the supermoon stands in the crosshairs of the Mars/Pluto opposition, creating a T-square. Not exact, but exact enough. T-squares create stress, with an overriding desire to correct that stress, to restore the sacred balance of giving and receiving. Following up on the last quarter moon, which was bringing closure, new moons, such as the one on April 27, are about new beginnings. Taurus is a sign of peace, a sign of the natural world, for man solid beneath our feet, sustaining, supporting, and holding us. It does not falter, even under extraordinary conditions. Even when it rocks and roils, it only does so to correct and restore its own natural equilibrium. And so must we also on occasions have to rock and roil to restore our own stasis, security, and safety. On May 1st we celebrate Beltane in mid-Taurus, one of the fixed cross quarters of the year. A time of celebration for the Earth, the greatness of her beauty, and the richness of her potential. And so too is the new moon a time of potential. In this case the potential for all things gloriously Taurus, which includes things like restoring the natural rhythm and balance of our lives. And so we may all ask ourselves, are there things that I need to release or let go of in order to have greater peace and stability? Where am I doing too much? In what ways can I better simplify my life? What are my true priorities? Who are those people, experiences, or things I most value? What are my greatest strengths and talents, and how can I use these most effectively? In what ways, and where do I want to channel my precious time, resources, and energy? Then think of the myriad of ways that you can bring that much-needed Taurus into your own life. Just before writing this, I sat in the back of my local pocket park, in the middle of a busy week, in very busy New York City, and indulged myself with a brief moment of solace. Surrounded by the tulips planted by neighbors, the soft sound of the birds in the trees, and the spring sun warming my face and my heart, I thought, this is what peace feels like. The new moon in Taurus is our opportunity to make the right sorts of decisions based on our true priorities. It is a moon we can use to ground ourselves, to create greater ballast and security. New life, new growth, new seeds of potential can arise out of the new moon in Taurus. The new moon, which is indeed also a supermoon, at 7 Taurus 47, occurs on Sunday, April 27, at 3:30 p.m. here in New York City, 12:30 p.m. Pacific Time, and 8:30 p.m. in the United Kingdom. If you would like to make affirmations, or sow intentions with the new moon in Taurus, do so after the new moon, but before the crescent moon on April 30th, in order to take full advantage of the potential contained within the new moon phase. Some possible affirmations or intentions to sow with the new moon might be: may I find my own sacred space that will bring me that profound feeling of inner peace and serenity. May I walk with music and beauty in my heart. May I achieve my potential by allowing the creative spirit to move through me, using my voice, my hands, my gifts, to reach beyond my previous limitations. I am worthy of the bounty that the natural world has to offer. I want to see myself spending more time enjoying those things that bring me happiness, joy, and peace. May I discover the joy of giving and receiving with an open heart. Please, dear Mother Earth, help me to stand firm on my own 2 feet, drawing on the solid earth below me. Help me to know the constancy of your strength, the power that is you, oh dear Mother Earth. Help me to walk with the blood of rivers in my veins and the dark crumbling soil of earth in my flesh. Let my muscles be strong as the tree trunks that rise up out of your belly to dance in the sky and sing praises to the life all around. Beating, pulsing, rich and full with your sweet sheer energy. Oh dear Mother Earth, live in this body today. Tilde Stephanie Kaza. Source Creator, Protection Meditation for Innocence. The world we live in is one of creation, through our belief systems, our thoughts and actions, and the consequences that are created through our choices. Every scenario that plays out in our lives is a consequence of actions and behaviors we executed through our thoughts and what we believe to be true. Along the way, we may get hooked into threads of outside belief systems that may sway us into a different way of thinking and behaving that has its own set of consequences. Let's call these systems webs. Webs that are created through collaboration with others and fed by a large group of smaller webs become very strong, so much so that they create a momentum that sweeps anyone in its path up into it until it is self-perpetuating and extremely persuasive in its consciousness. We can call this a matrix, and those who are innocently caught within can find themselves a victim really quickly, despite all attempts to fight against it. Herd mentality within a matrix is exploited and manipulated by those powerful enough to have influence over it, and even good people with the best intentions can find themselves making decisions that serve those with evil intent. How can this be allowed to happen, and what, if anything, can those with a higher consciousness, who are aware of what is happening, intervene to protect the innocents? In the world today, so many children and families are currently caught up in systems that are supposedly there to help them, but which, in fact, are throwing them back to the wolves. In some cases, children are taken from the protective parent because the web of lies is so strong it has created its own matrix. Those watching it happen feel helpless in the face of it, and the steps taken to silence them are blatantly unjust and totally unfair, but continue anyway. Matrices feed off fear and negativity, and the consequences of the decisions made by those in power only create more fear, negativity, anger, and angst, until it is like a self-perpetuating cyclone keeping everyone trapped within its raging energy. To break it, one needs hope and positivity, which usually must come from without the matrix, but those with strong consciousness connected to Source can find and provide it also. With such dense energies trapped within any belief web or matrix, the only way out is with love and strong, positive belief systems that justice can be served and people can be free. No mean feat indeed. We provide here a meditation to protect those who find themselves or loved ones ensnared within systems that have betrayed their trust. We urge that, should you do this meditation with someone in mind, work diligently to have unswerving faith that your prayers will be answered. The most important thing is that you do not invest in the fear and negativity surrounding your situation, so engaging in other, high-frequency spiritual activities is also recommended. Remember, like attracts like, so the higher your consciousness, when performing this crystal meditation, the more positive and powerful the effect will be. Allow at least 2 weeks before any change is apparent. Meditation. Prepare a quiet, sacred place that is yours alone. Center your energy within your heart space, and breathe slowly until you are relaxed and grounded. Hold the intention that this meditation be in the energy of oneness with the source of creation, and of the highest vibration. Also intend that it is for your, and the person you are protecting highest and best. Note that any healing intervention must be with the person's permission. In the event that the person is a child, under the age of 8, permission from their higher self, and asking for the healing by the law of grace will protect you from inadvertent karma. Envision the person you wish to send protection and healing to in your mind's eye. Call upon the person's archangel guide, as well as yours, to assist you. and ask that the person's energy be raised to the fifth dimension in the highest and best way. See, feel, or imagine the energy around the person change while intending that they are placed upon a white lotus flower with 1,000 petals. It is now intended that the right crystals to keep them safe and protected from harm inflicted by decisions that are not in their best interest now be placed in their energy fields, in their chakras and aura, or around them as Creator deems best, and see, feel, or imagine that happening. Invoke the violet flame of transmutation, and intend that all negative and harmful emotions from the person be transmuted to love. As the violet flame engulfs the person's aura and bodies, also intend that any psychic hooks, attacks, belief webs, or matrices from other people or systems that are not for the person's highest and best, and that are against the person's free will, now be dissolved and sent to the Creator's light. This part cannot be done if the person's will has not been intervened upon. Ask now that the crystals be activated to provide spiritual and energetic protection for the person until the situation at hand has been fully resolved. See, feel, or imagine this happening. Then ask the archangels present to seal the person's aura and keep guard against lower interventions for as long as needed. Now send love and light not just to the person, but to all people involved, and thank the universe for the situation being resolved for the person you are protecting in the highest and best way in the highest and best timing. Give thanks to the archangels and then bring up the violet flame again. As it all transmutes to love, break ties with the person, and bring your awareness back to the room. Ground your energy and let go of all expectation. It is done. I am the Creator of all that is. The gate of what if. This Easter opened a magical doorway of the soul, escorting us into a place that reveals the shifting projections of the future and the ongoing healing of the past. A portal of forgiveness opens a place where all that is light meets itself face to face. A holy gathering of all that is sacred to the universe is moved into a cycle of rebirth and resurrection. The Easter Stargate held a great power for all sacred beliefs. Enter this place as a holy vessel that is filled with the promise of a future. You hold a powerful piece of the puzzle of light while on earth. Your stay here is precious to the universe and paramount to the earth's healing. A changing of the guard will occur on many levels of life and the heart. Creational conflict. What is the next evolutionary step for mankind as we exit the 1-year anniversary of a powerful solar interdimensional initiation? What seeks to come full circle into our life? Think of all you have gone through this past year. You exhausted many firsts. A new timeline was hidden within each situation, as many truths were unwrapped like a Cadbury's Easter egg. As we move forward, we begin to understand that every aspect of Earth herself is at a different point and element of time and place. As we look into the many-dimensional images of life, one may ask, are we going downhill, uphill? Are we going to download, upload, reload, unload, or just stand still? Will upcoming time displacements and planetary tantrums turn our future and heart upside down? Where should we place our intentions, our heartfelt imaginings, and our silent expectations? The questions offer you an active opportunity via the highways and byways of your computer-based brain to seize neural opportunity and truly see behind the 7 veils of illusion. When one unplugs from who and what they think they are, they come to a point of creational conflict. A point of conjunction between here and there, between the known and the unknown, between who they think they are and who they really are. In this unplugging as applied to real life, you will find that you become invisible to many around you. People that have had your heart and back for years literally are frozen in time, not able to connect with you on any level. This is the true place of virtual ghosting. In the disconnect, you are not photon, particle, nor wave. You are momentarily disconnected from the mother hologram. In this disconnect, your energy is literally erased from the memory grid of Earth. This in itself is like a scene from the movie Castaway, all alone talking to coconuts, and learning to become your very best friend. We all seek the truth, we seek the proof of the matter. However, when we step outside the line drawn in the matrix sand, we feel like a big gas-filled birthday balloon that escaped the party. Are we brave enough to see from the higher angle of our life, Are we strong enough to carry out what our heart asks us to do, to see to be? In this place lives a bevy of old programs that seek to be set free. Promises to the past and future selves thicken in the now and in the body that wears the coat of many colors. The gate of what if. The words of what if is numerically a number 13. The number 13 is an activation portal, a place and time in the future that does not know its exact denomination or destination. Like entering any wormhole or portal, there is always a divergence to the vibration within the phrase, what if? This energy can create mountainous outcomes or deep crevices of regret. The very vibration of the phrase, what if, whispers in the ears of all humans, bringing to the surface an adrenaline spike that creates fear of the unknown within the bloodstream of all humans. What if this happens? What if this doesn't happen? What if is the greatest creator of human outcomes? The planet Earth and mankind has been under a shadow for several years. They are still clearing the planetary anesthesia from the body, mind and spirit. Humanity has been underground in their thoughts for too long, living in the unexpected shadows of what is to come. In the portal of 13 and the gate of what if lives a binary code of choices. Like a DNA crossroads in the bridge over troubled waters, is this information safe to travel upon? We all have lost so much of ourselves saying goodbye to what life used to be and trying hard to embrace what is. Mostly we chose not to dream or set our expectations too high because the crushing of that dream is bigger than the dream itself. What if my company closes? What if I get fired? What if my spouse leaves me? What if is a powerful preface to all creation. Within it lives a polarity that asks you to dive deep and turn around in the vacant cul-de-sac of your creational soul. Source: arrayofflight.com. The other videos are in the English video playlist. Help me spread the light. Click like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.